Next up, we meet Alan Christian, an artist who prides himself on turning trash into treasure. Christian takes us inside his studio, which he calls the House of Balls, to explain the inspiration behind his creations.
It's always been about trying to find the essence of humanity through found objects, through inanimate objects that are cast-offs, to try and give these inanimate objects a new lease on life, to imbue them with emotion. And it's obviously a difficult thing when you're dealing with an old fire hydrant, but I think it still can be done, and I'm certainly up to the challenge. Well, people walk through the door and they say, "What is the House of Balls?" And I say the House of Balls, more than anything, is my studio. Yes, it can be seen as a gallery, as a museum, as a repository. To me, when I walk in here, it's where I create, so it is my studio. It just happens to be accessible and open to you to enter into. My work has evolved from not exclusively bowling balls, but it was a large majority of what I did, to frying pans, to piano parts, to whatever's out there. My ideas come from, and this is a stock answer which I give everyone, I wake up, and that's enough for me. I don't try and determine beforehand in some ways what it can do or what it can't. Part of it is the experimentation of seeing whether it will or won't. And that's kind of the attitude I take about making art. You're experimenting, you're playing, and you're trying to have fun. And hopefully there's a message or something instilled in that work that is passed on. But the objective is to play. I have a lot to show you today, so get ready. This is a piece I did called Three Faces of Steve, and these are all made out of piano parts. I'm known for bowling balls. This is one of my favorite, personally. This is Drink My Blood, Jesus. I would like to actually have a sangria party where I've got a pump underneath here that would be pumping sangria or Bloody Marys. I used to play a lot of badminton, and I love bone, to carve bone. It's got light qualities that I find really intriguing. These are the mass type of figures in 1 second become somebody else. The frying pans are masks. They're something that I create to hold in front of oneself, either to unmask yourself or to become another person. But you also have that essence of the person that cooked with them. Those elements I try and retain because they epitomize what this person was like, and I think they also give emotion to the piece and enhance it. This is one that has that residue of someone's life. Now you leave that in there because to me this is the patina of their life, but then you can put it on and it accentuates who I've become. Well, these are a long, ongoing series of puppets that I made for a troupe out of New York. Right now I'm into the silverware phase, doing heads, doing puppets, doing masks over the last 10 years, working on a large-scale figure right now. This is going to be a life-size, bigger than life-size, actually. I don't think it'll be a puppet, but it's going to be all silverware. One of my favorite personal pieces was the piece I did for the Science Museum called Transformation, based after Rodin's The Thinker. It's about ideas and the moments that we understand. This is the piece I brought to Burning Man this year, called Little Big Bird. Since 2001, I've gone to Burning Man 7 times. And Burning Man is an arts festival in Nevada. It's about what is the gift you bring to the larger community. There's the most amazing sculpture. It's got the scale that blows people away. You know, and of course I drive Elmer, my art car, who is an expression of myself. Well, you never know what I'm gonna make, but I got a platter, and that's good enough for me. As my mother always told me, safety first. You don't know how things are going to connect. And so it's really having a vast assortment of things you can choose from. And I may have a stance I'm looking for or an emotion I'm trying to capture, but how I get there is how the process unfolds before me. I would hope that my work, especially leaving here, because then it enters somebody else's life and they become a caretaker. And I would hope that there's an essence, an element left for them that enriches their life. That's all I want to do, is to try and enrich somebody else's life.
It's that easy, kids. It's that easy. Have fun.
To find out more about Alan Christian and all the other artists featured in today's show, head to DetroitPerforms.org. And that wraps it up for this edition of Detroit Performs. As always, for more arts and culture, head to DetroitPerforms.org, where you'll find featured videos, blogs, and information on upcoming arts events. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'd like to thank the Eastern Market for having us hang here today. In fact, there's so much going on. We're going to stay here for next week's show, too. Until next time, get out there and show the world how Detroit performs, y'all. I am DJ Oliver. Thanks for watching, guys.
Major funding for Detroit Performs is provided by the McGregor Fund. Additional funding is provided by the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs and the National Endowment for the Arts, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.